the warning signs right in the back of your mind. You knew what was going to happen. If you've already left that relationship, then your brain is predicting danger when that war is well and truly over. In my first 3 marriages, I did exactly the same thing. I always try to be the perfect wife. And one thing that I would do is, when I knew they were coming home, I would make sure that I looked nice. I would make sure that the house looked perfectly tidy. In my first marriage, that meant that the dinner was almost ready to be eaten. The children had their bath, they were in their nightclothes, and they were all ready to go to bed. And in my third marriage, I just had to make sure that everything looked clean and tidy, and everything was lined up, all neatly. The towels would be folded in a certain way. There would be no detritus on the kitchen counter. Everything had to be ready. So if you've spent the last 20 years worrying before he's even put his key in the door, then this video is for you. Why is it, even when he's quiet, even when he is not saying a word, you feel nervous? Neuroscience tells us that we don't live in the present. We live in the past when we had to keep safe from trauma. So quiet, any sharp intake of breath, any growl, any tut is like a warning klaxon going off in the background, and it causes you to behave in certain ways. It traps you in a prediction because you know what's going to happen. You know it. So you are frightened even when he's quiet because you're constantly hypervigilant. I know exactly how that feels because I've lived it in 3 marriages, and it's horrible. I thought that by doing everything right, or what I thought was right, I could avoid it. But you know what? If they want to sound off to you, if they want to pick fault with you, no matter what you do, they'll do it anyway. They'll find something, some tiny, weeny thing. And if it starts an argument, you think, well, why did that start? What did I do? But it's not you. It would have happened anyway. The mere fact that you were hypervigilant was because you were trying to stay safe. You knew the warning signs right in the back of your mind. You knew what was going to happen. I'm going to show you how you can get out of that behavior. Do you feel like you've got into a habit of behaving like the good wife? No matter what you do, you still fall back into those behaviors because inside of you is a brave woman who thinks, I shouldn't have to do that. But you don't seem to be able to stop. That's because your brain behaves like a bouncer at a nightclub. He constantly rejects any behavior that would allow you to be safe. It would allow you to be happy and free. The bouncer will stop it in its tracks, and there you are, back into the role of the good wife. We have to fire the bouncer and give him his marching orders. If I told you that abuse, any form of abuse, puts a dark pair of tinted glasses on your face, even on the sunniest of days, you will still see dark clouds looming on the horizon. Imagine that you've been wearing those dark glasses for more than 30 years. You've worn them to breakfast, to lunch, to dinner, in the evening. You even wear them to bed. Anytime you look around, you see this dark world because you've still got these glasses on. After a while, you actually forget you've got them on at all. You just think the entire world is dark. These glasses show your brain that you are on prediction mode. When you live in a house where any kind of sudden noise, the slamming of the door, the banging of a chair against a table, anything like that predicts danger that you have to be careful and you have to run from. It colours every aspect of your entire life before you ever have the chance to see what's actually happening. Here's the truth. You aren't crazy and you aren't damaged goods. Your brain has just spent a lifetime predicting what could be coming down the road, the danger that you might be in, and it's trying to keep you safe. But if you've already left that relationship, then your brain is predicting danger when that war is well and truly over. So the next time you feel a panic, you feel a sudden pain here or a feeling here. I know I used to get it just in the epicenter of my chest when I would hear my husband's key in the door. Whenever you feel like that, then I want you to do this. Put your fingers on your temples and say, what am I seeing right now? Does this reflect my life now? Do I need to take notice of it? Is this reality, or am I just looking at the world through my old glasses? Touching your temples is the physical cue that your brain needs to release a dopamine hit. It gives you a dopamine-friendly task to do when you are feeling stressed. It brings you back to reality. Remember, you weren't put on this earth to be the perfect wife, the perfect mother, the keeper of everybody else's comfort. You're a whole woman who has the rest of her life ahead of her and has every right to happiness. If your brain has showed you anything today, I hope it's shown you that your brain is predicting danger from a very old story, and it's time that you took off those old glasses and started living your life to its fullest. Take your glasses off and choose yourself. You aren't invisible here. We're here to support you, and we see you. You are safe. You've been doing this for decades, and now is the time to stop. That exhausting job, that exhausting part of your life is now over. Now is the time to really find your voice and be the person that you truly are. Give yourself permission to stop predicting danger and start predicting joy. It might feel strange at first, but that's what joy feels like. Welcome back to you. It may well take a while to retrain your brain, but you can do it. The next time you feel panicked, put your fingers on your temples and say, this was then. This is no longer my present or my future. My future is bright and I can do it. I am a strong woman. I am resourceful. And I will have the life I deserve. Next week, we'll be discussing another women's issue. And in the meantime, if you have been, thanks for watching. Lots of love. Bye-bye.